corporate.
My name is Alexandra Anderson. Today's date is September 30th, 2016, and our password is popcorn. Here is my audience.
I'm out of here.
The Honeybee Conservancy is an organization near and dear to my heart. This year, if it wasn't for our local bees and pollinators, my vegetable and flower garden would not have flourished. Bees are so much more essential to our everyday life than we give them credit for. With the increased use of pesticides, massive commercial farming, and just a general lack of information about bees and their benefits, the bee population is declining. The Honeybee Conservancy is dedicated to preserving and growing bee populations. So think back to what you had for breakfast. If you're anything like me, you had an apple with your 2 cups of coffee. For lunch, maybe you tossed a handful of almonds on your salad. And for dinner, maybe you had a big juicy steak. But did you know that 1 in 3 bites of food we take is in thanks to bees?
I'm sorry. What are you doing?
Without their help, you wouldn't have your daily cup of coffee. That well-known phrase, an apple a day keeps the doctor away, not without bees. And even that steak you had for dinner would be less readily available and probably incredibly more expensive if it wasn't for bees. Did you know that bees are essential to pollinating alfalfa, which is an essential livestock food source? Bees have been around and thriving for more than 50 billion years, 50 million years, and they haven't changed much until now. A study done after World War II found that in the United States alone, there were 4.5 million beehives. Unfortunately, the same study done in 2007 found that that number was slashed in half. So today I would like to talk a little bit more about what is happening to our bee population and what we can do to increase the bee population and prevent mass dead outs. First, let's talk about bee death. Not all bee illnesses and death are caused by humans. Bees are susceptible to their own viruses and parasites, and unfortunately, when bees do get viruses, it is spread very quickly through colonies, and it can kill out a hive within days. Colony collapse disorder is also plaguing millions of bees. The EPA recognizes CCD as a phenomenon that occurs when the majority of worker bees disappear from a colony. When this happens, they leave behind large amounts of food and the queen. When colony collapse disorder occurs, there are not many dead bees found near or around the colony, but they do leave behind the nurse bees to continue to take care of the immature bees and the queen. Unfortunately, because the worker bees disappear, the colony is unable to thrive and they perish. Another cause of rising death among bees is food deserts or pollination deserts. Food deserts are something many of us have heard of, but it's in concern of humans. When we talk about bees, a food desert is a flowerless landscape, like manicured lawns. How many of you mow once a week? How many mow more if it rains? What about the beginning of spring when the first dandelions pop up in your yard overnight? I know my stepdad is one of the first ones in the spring to get his mower out. Unfortunately, even though your lawn may look great and immaculate, you are unknowingly removing bee nourishment and lowering the chances of colony survival. Mowing along highways also reduces bee nourishment. This is prime location for wildflower growth. Also, modern farming is what we call monocultures. It is vast spans of the same crop. This means that bees now have to travel 2 to 3 times further to find a food source, and most of the time, the bees don't survive the travel home. Pesticides are also a very obvious cause in bee death. Recently, in Summerville, South Carolina, Nalid was a pesticide used to discourage or kill Zika-carrying mosquitoes. Unfortunately, when this was sprayed, beekeepers reported millions of bees dying within the first 3 minutes of spraying. They had to throw out hives, honey, and even equipment because it was contaminated with pesticide poisoning. So what can we do to prevent this? Of course we should cease spraying for Zika-carrying mosquitoes or greatly reduce the spraying. And although it has become the norm in modern farming, we need to work towards using less smaller concentrations of pesticides. Also, we should reduce mowing along highways and interstates. Not only is it great for your state's economy, it also encourages natural floras to return to their habitats and encourage bee colony growth. Finally, what can we do to fix the bee colonies and grow their populations? Plant gardens. It's so simple. Whether it's a colorful flower garden or a garden that sustains you, give a bee a flower. If you don't have room for an actual garden, no worries. Container gardens are just fine. And remember, avoid the use of pesticides and insecticides in your home gardens. Instead, plant herbs like lemon balm, chives, dill, and fennel to discourage pests. And allow wildflowers, including those dandelions and clovers in your yard, to grow. And keep your environment bee-friendly and support your local beekeepers. Bees are such an important component to our daily lives. I want to encourage you to look at bees and other pollinators as allies instead of nuisances. These incredible little creatures need our help to continue the amazing work that they do every day. Without them, our future doesn't look so great. The Honeybee Conservancy supports research and builds bee habitats in response to current bee crisis. Donate to the Honeybee Conservancy and support their cause. Consider what your coffeeless mornings, your future will look like if we continue to lose bee populations. Thanks.
You're good.